The stories you've never heard.
Who did Suzanne Hill famously slap?
The jokes behind the jokes.
What would happen if I did a great big fart?
For the first time ever on Ash, Lachie, and Susie O'Neill.
And I just peed a pants.
We go behind the laughter.
Oh, it's Friday, we're done! Woo-hoo! Another week. Poor Lachie. He thought we were on survey break for just a second. There's one more week, Loch.
I know. Sorry. I really thought that it was holiday time, but...
That's all right. Radio school holidays, they're coming up, but they're just not here yet. I don't know. Next week, do we get the two strong boys to go get the TV and wheel that out and watch some movies?
That'd make for an interesting show. If you just
What, Ash and Lachie wheel out a VHS?
Yeah. Dear. No, that's not happening.
I was going to say, very, very quickly, first film that comes to mind from that scenario. What was a film that your teacher always put on?
Not a film, but Neil deGrasse Tyson, for some reason,
really
comes to mind. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jealous about that.
Yeah. Just VHS scenario.
Alicia, was a common practice in Wigan?
What?
No. So do you have the same experience of when the teacher just couldn't be asked, but just roll out the TV and go, all right, put your movie on?
Yeah, it was all like the weird English kids shows, though, so none of you would know them, but they were very haunting.
Name names.
Because
we got a weird amount of, in our childhood, we got like a weird amount of British TV shows.
Did you guys have, what was it called? And they lived on a boat, and it was two really creepy dolls.
Oh, I was going to say if they lived on a boat, PB&J Otter was a great show, but I think it was American.
Or did you have Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Man?
Yeah.
Bill and Ben.
Oh, wow.
I'm past
Those
that.
guys.
I was going to go for an age thing here, Nick, because this half of the room is in our 30s.
Yes.
What did you get?
I remember like a lot of films that the Maz watched, but I reckon the first one that comes to mind is Thank You for Not Smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the film with the,
great show. Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart,
About
played Nick Naylor, the
cigarette
lobbyist.
salesman. Yep. Oh, yeah, he was a lobbyist, yeah.
That's right. So, that's a good night of comedy. Although knowing a lot of teachers these days that I went to uni with, I now understand why they roll out that TV. And I just go, let's stuff this.
No, I didn't even get... I wish I got movies. We had remember Round the Twist?
Yeah.
Yep.
We got episodes of Round the Twist. So surely that didn't go into high school. I don't know what we did in high school. I just remember that would maybe like definitely primary school into early high school. They would just roll up a little bit around the twist.
In high school, when they couldn't be able to teach it, was just they slap you with the practice exam paper.
Oh, no.
Instead of a
That
movie.
sounds like too much
They
effort
just
for the
slap you
science
on my-
teachers I had. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I would have loved that. At least I'm there learning something about the cosmos, Lachlan.
Yeah. That's a pretty great education experience.
no matter
Learning
what-
about a family in a lighthouse.
Yeah. And all crazy hijinks they get up to.
And speaking of crazy hijinks, what a week it's been here on the
Dude.
show. Last couple of days,
goodness.
has been intense.
Thursday
big
was
couple
wild.
days.
Thursday was a
Yeah.
big day.
I mean, we had a special visitor in Brisbane. Didn't make it on the show, but
STANAWAY, STANAWAY, STANAWAY.
You actually put something down?
STANAWAY, STANAWay.
I laid that down.
Brilliant.
I rode in on my bike. I'm like, I've got an idea. If Clint Stanaway is going to be taking our booth in the morning because he's it's part of Jason Lauren and young Casanova Ali's show down in Melbourne. He was in the celebrity relay that Suze was part of on Wednesday night. So he was doing the show from usually where Mitch and I sit. So we were both homeless for Thursday morning. I tried to set up in soundproof booth. That did not work out very well. But yeah, I figured that would be a nice creative outlet. I ran to the booth. I'm like, Dill, let's lay this track down. We got it done. Told Buzz, didn't play it. So anyway, great. That's why we have this
You were on
outlet.
air at the same time as us.
Yeah,
Why
probably-
are we going to...
you've done a lot of extra effort for something that was probably never going to get payoff.
Dill did 3 times the effort that I did. So as part of the AV union that we've set up, we'll be asking
Well,
questions.
we've got to run here. Play it one more time for him, Lachie.
Oh.
STANAWAY, STANAWAY, STANAWay.
I appreciate that you mouthed it
STANAWay,
in the studio as well.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly right. Like, it just triggered something within me. But yeah, again, so it's quite a hectic day. There's something sitting in the studio right now that I don't know if Mitch has recovered from yet.
This is the thing. I can't believe that you demanded. Mitch went out in the street yesterday. Did the exact same thing actually that Carl Stefanovic managed to do.
An hour later.
Thanks.
Thanks, Channel 9.
Did you punch Michael Clark as well?
Oh, okay. No, but Mitch had Australia's hottest burger.
World's hottest burger.
World's hottest burger.
I love these claims.
and then he gets back to studio. He brings it back for the guys. I don't know what happens to the burger off air, but today, Friday morning, Nick goes, "Where's that burger?" I wanted one.
Yeah.
Go out and get me one.
Fortunately, no, despite the studios falling apart, we did invest in a big sort of cryogenic freezing chamber, which we just Lachie sometimes uses it just for recovery. But we were able to get the burger in there, and also our state-of-the-art air fryer that looks like a spaceship in our kitchen
I do
that
have
no
a
one knows
question.
how to use.
If hot sauce is made cold, will it have cooled down the burger?
No. Oh,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean? Like, will it not be as hot if everything's
wow.
got like?
Oh,
I get
no.
no.
You're from the
Hear me
country
out.
that invented this
Hear
language.
me out. Hear me out.
Jesus
I
Christ.
get that the spiciness would, but like, would it wear down? Would it?
Absolutely not.
I don't know.
Nope,
I
that's
feel like the effect is more if it's
that's-
on something hot.
I would argue it would have almost gotten worse.
I argue
Okay.
there's two completely different things.
Well, here's the thing, right? We have the burger from yesterday.
We do, yeah.
We managed to retrieve it from wherever it was, and
Nick really wanted
It's
to buy
called
this thing.
the Scorpion Death Wish Burger.
Yeah.
and Alicia,
One of those things
If
by
you-
itself, mind you, would have been fine.
if you would like to stick by your claim that it's not as hot as it might
No,
have been
Nick
had it
said
been.
Good
that. That
call.
wasn't me. Nick said
Good
that.
call.
No,
Oh, not as hot as yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Alicia, I think you should also have a bite.
No, thank you.
I have just opened this burger box. And
I can feel it in my throat
yeah.
from over
Oh,
here.
oh. Yeah.
Very
look,
good button work,
what
Lachie.
Thank you.
Now, Mitch,
Getting better.
Mitch, as someone who has ingested some of this burger in the past, I'm looking through here. Got some double meat.
Where's the bite?
I feel like
it's on
I feel like the
side.
jalapenos are unnecessary, given because what it is, they've
It's got Avo on it. The Avo would be
that
nice.
hopefully have
Oh,
a cool-
it definitely
that
cooled it
should have a
down.
cooling effect. As you can tell by what happened on the show yesterday, Mitch was fine.
We should say Nick is now handling this with his hands. Mitch was
Yeah,
forced to
you're
wear
meant to-
gloves
Oh yeah, you
and
made
goggles,
you
and
made
he
a-
had to sign a waiver.
Oh,
Dude, that's a critical
I
mistake.
did this in 2018 at the old radio station I was at because no one else was game enough to do it
They
back
might
then.
have upped the ante since then.
Well,
'Cause that's the thing,
Well,
you
that's the thing,
said-
it comes back every year.
Yeah.
So
You
they
said
have
it's
to
not
do
as
something.
hot as they make it out to be.
yeah.
I had
Nick,
it once.
this entire week, Nick has been saying, "Oh, it's not going to be that bad."
Yeah.
Nick's been going. They roll out the exact same burger each year. They send out the exact same. Whoever the youngest person in the chain is. I think I've heard you tell that story three times.
I
to
saw your
three different
face
people.
this morning when I was telling that to one of our PR girls.
Yeah.
And the look on your
But you
face
also-
was so funny.
You also said almost the exact same thing to Clint when he ducked his head
I
out of
didn't
the
say it
studio.
to Clint.
Oh, I think I've heard you say that exact
Hit the
same thing. Anyway,
All right. I'll stop patting here. I'll take a bite. Look, no, it is spicy. It sent one of my friends home from work that
Honestly, it's making me a little
day. Okay,
bit. from
so I'm
over
going to
here.
go for more of a heavy meat section here. All right.
Dude.
oh dude.
Oh, he took half the paper with him. Is
Okay.
it immediate spice or?
It's hit the lip at the
Okay.
moment. I'll try and keep it away from the top lip. It's sitting in the mouth. So I actually love spicy food.
You don't seem too bad right
no.
now.
It's coming, isn't it, Mitch?
Yeah. it honestly took me probably 25 seconds before it really kicked into gear.
Yeah. So
You
right-
And
can
then you
feel
were
it.
tears down
Yeah.
your face. You went bright red.
Yeah.
So it's in the I reckon it's taken over the whole mouth now, and you can hear the saliva still really starting to build up. I have like a really.
I can
enjoy-
see the
There's
tears
an
starting to form.
I don't know whether it's intentional, but there seems to be an arrogance coming. Just
Yeah, he's very
exuding.
He's trying to keep himself
Oh, yeah.
composed.
I'm really trying.
But I can see the
I'm
tears in the
fighting it
eyes.
at the moment.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm reminding it who's in charge
No,
right
but
now.
do you know what? I think
My body.
the arrogance kind of has been seeping out, not just in this scenario, but even
The last
earlier
18
this,
months, yeah, I know.
Well, even earlier this
No.
week. Yeah, exactly. Alicia knows what I'm getting to.
I had this noted down to bring up, and I will do it while you.
Thank you for the first time for bringing notes into this podcast.
Yeah, I will bring this while you've got a mouthful of spiciness, just to really throw you off your game. But me and Lachie couldn't help but laugh at a comment we noticed on one of our videos.
I knew this was where you were going.
Wait, which one?
For those of you who don't know, Nick is our digital content producer. He's our only digital content producer. For
And I've been
Hustle
going
Team
by
Susie
different
O'Neill.
pseudonyms as well.
Yeah,
I
you've
may
been
refer
calling
to my-
yourself admin.
Yep.
The team.
Social team, yep.
Yeah, all of the above.
I can't mention social team.
And today yesterday it was, wasn't it? You uploaded a picture of a video of Ash using AI,
Yep.
which is your new thing that you've been doing. To the Ash, Lachie and Susie Instagram. You then changed into your personal account.
Yep.
And then commented on that video saying "social team on fire."
Okay, first of all, it was social team is cooking in capitals. sometimes you need to be the change that you want to see in the world. And, if it is to be, it's up to me.
How's your mouth feeling right now?
It hurts.
Cooking as much as your social media team?
Yeah, it's still warm. Not gonna lie. Yeah. There's a base layer that I am fighting that I'm okay. I will not be eating any more.
I was going to say, have another bite.
Yeah, come on. Go on, Nick.
Go on.
Damn it. All right. Oh, you got me.
Oh, that was
Oh,
so
no,
hard
my
to
fingers are
convince
deep
him.
in the
I
burger
think
now.
you said, like, I could probably eat at least half of that or something.
Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
your Nick voice is worse than Ash's.
Is this?
And that's a low baseline.
Because I'm still talking like my English accent. I just make my voice lower.
No, to be fair, Alicia's been doing impressions all week. She tried to do an impression of me earlier, and it's the
Did
exact
I?
same thing.
Yeah, I just lower my voice for anyone that I want, even if it's a woman.
Okay, that's it's all right. Oh, there's the first
Is it-
there's the first nose run.
Is it spicier than...
No, of course it's not spicy.
Than the last time you had it, was my
Yeah,
question.
yeah. That actually.
So they have upped the ante.
Oh, I can't remember. I've repressed that memory, and after years of therapy, I've been
Did they take the scorpion off you, Mitch, or is there still scorpion?
Oh,
left?
yeah,
It should be under the burger.
Oh, is it
Oh,
on
what
the burger?
What the? Oh no! Actual scorpion.
Bite his head off.
That's what he was saying. I couldn't believe he was like, yeah, we got through the borders as food.
Yeah, we
makes
finally
me
got it
think-
cleared.
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
struggled.
It just
I
makes
was
me think of
reading.
any episode of Border Security ever. What do you got in the bag? Scorpions. Why are you bringing scorpions to the country? Food. Like, that doesn't hold up. Ooh, now it's coming.
You right there, buddy?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, continue doing the rest of this show.
no, happily. So, yeah, and now as we said, we had Lachie and Alicia the other day.
What else, Nick?
There's some leftover like instant coffee of Suze's from this morning. You could drink that.
That sounds even worse.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie,
yeah,
that
it's got
sounds
some floaties in
even
it.
worse. But no, but look, in regards to the social stuff,
There's water on the.
I just want to just keep the pressure on. And yes,
The
it's
pressure on who?
on those on the higher ups,
on yourself.
on the higher ups.
He's like, look at the comments we're getting on our videos. Can I have a pay rise? It's just.
That was literally the thing.
I'm now starting to realize.
Alicia, the next thing I wrote when I did so on Thursday morning, we also did like game day outfits, which I sent to all of us. Some people like, oh, maybe I wasn't a part of it. I'm like, well, I didn't really see anyone else being a part of it, so I came in early to film people getting like Ashlot, Susan, Buzz getting out of their cars.
I dressed up for it, and you said that my outfit wasn't good enough.
It's not exactly what I said. I said it indirectly.
Yeah.
But the video was already up by the time. I'm like, oh, what about us? I'm like, nah, too late. Too late. But the pressure was on. The guys looked great on Thursday. And yes, I did actually consider commenting social team needs a pay rise. It's just the truth. I'm just speaking
I'm
facts.
starting to think that everybody who comments on our videos is just different Nick's
I
profiles.
have
It's just Nick
multiple
yeah.
burner accounts, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think actually it's a lot of people on that video. I was really annoyed on Thursday morning because people just commenting about Suze's relay race. I'm like, this has
They
nothing
were.
to do with
They
it.
were.
Yeah.
Look, I put a part of myself into those videos, so
Hey, speaking of videos,
He's really struggling,
Yeah.
aren't you, Nick?
no, good.
speaking of videos,
honestly.
Mitch is getting.
You don't
No,
have
you're
to
a
be brave
machine.
for us.
Is it possible to have Mitch to have like PTSD a day after?
Oh yeah, I think it wasn't the
You do look
immediate
like
effect.
it,
It took
yeah.
me hours.
Still a reddish
and
hue around
then-
your-
'cause
around your
they-
face.
Yeah, they told me they're like, oh, you'll have stomach cramps later today. And but I had one bite, so you've had two, and you've not done anything to cool it down. There's no milk on hand or anything. So yeah, it took me hours to actually feel anything.
Make
so
sure you wash your hands
I've
properly, Nick.
criticised Alicia's Diet Coke in the past, Coke Zero, but
But right now,
that's a good option.
do you want it?
Oh, I'll take a
There you go.
little sippy.
It's yours. Oh no, you touched my hand with your hand.
mate,
Now
it's
I
mine
want to
now.
wash my
It's mine
hands.
now.
gross.
Okay.
it's worse than COVID.
Hey, speaking of videos, I don't know whether we covered this on Wednesday's show at all. There's one video of Suze specifically this week that went, I won't say gangbusters, but it performed so.
Solid by our
Did
standards.
very well.
Yeah, it was a very.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it was a great video, and I think what made it great was Alicia's question in Smiling Suze.
Thank you, because I did notice you took credit for it in the comment section of the video.
Well,
No, someone attributed it
so I'm
to
glad
you.
that you.
I
No.
said blame Lachie, which is just
and then I just did the salute emoji,
More of
which
the theme of the
doesn't.
show.
That's not me claiming credit for it all. That's just me
Alicia,
saluting.
do you want credit?
Yes.
Okay, you have
I'm
credit.
very proud. I was proud of that question when I wrote it because I knew somebody would stumble. I didn't expect it to be Suze. I thought she was better than this.
Turns out no.
No.
Turns out no. Speaking quickly of Smarter Than Suze, something very rare on Thursday. Show.
Oh yes.
Very rare, and
Oh, Suze is
someone's
calling
going
me.
to have to.
Okay.
someone's going to have to explain this to me. So
Mitch, do you have the stats?
benefit of the doubt.
Not on me right now.
Okay.
But I can speak for
Yeah.
some. For
Yeah.
some big ones, which I assume, because I wasn't around for the second. I was still like in a fetal position after eating my burger on Thursday.
That's fair.
So what is the go? What happened?
So what happened was we had a listener on the line. His name I do not remember right now.
It's okay.
But the last time he played Smart and Suze, he won on the benefit of the doubt ruling, which very rarely comes into play. For those who don't know what we're talking about, it is when Suze and the contestant are equal on score. Then we go to time to see who answered the questions the quickest. And if they answer the questions in the same amount of time, have the same amount of time left over, it's then technically
So
a
now
draw.
3 all and 6 seconds left. Both.
Exactly. We then give the benefit of the doubt to the listener because the
Phone delay could be.
phone delay might be something. And so this listener had won on the benefit of the doubt ruling the last time he played.
Yeah.
He won again on the benefit of the doubt ruling when he played yesterday.
that doesn't. Well, I can say for sure
First time ever?
that has never happened before.
First time ever. that we've
Absolutely.
had a
History.
Yeah.
A double BOD win. What?
Do we give something for that?
Well, he's already on the Nobledale Cup now.
Yeah, but
Oh, actually, yeah. I'll come back to that. There should. That's got to. He's got to have that named after him.
yeah,
For a show of a lot of made-up trophies, we need to make more.
yeah.
Yeah. If we can only remember his name.
I want to say it's Matt, but I
Okay.
don't have anything on me.
Let's even say Matt. Yeah, we'll say Matt. Whatever, and like he can have the rarely used Matt trophy.
I like the enigma of it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. No, on the Noble Dow, I have in front of Ash because I would, but in the day I would put fresh stats every single day in front of Ash, and generally speaking, he doesn't need 98% of what I put in front of him. So I made up a sheet, I laminated it, I put it in both producer Alicia and producer Lockie's booths, and called it the Smarter Than Sue's Bible. And let me just grab one. But
Okay,
it's got
sure.
Stuff that really like.
Are we talking about the guy that won
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry,
I've got-
I took a phone call from Susie.
That's
so
okay.
I'm out.
Is she okay?
I have questions about that afterwards. Yeah, why is she calling you at 10:43 on Friday morning?
We're besties.
No, you're not.
No,
She
you're not.
loves me.
No, you're not.
No, you're
What
not.
did she need?
You have a professional, transactional
She
relationship.
wanted to know if a package arrived for her. I'm her post lady, okay?
Besties.
So what have we got? Greatest ever winning streak, 29 wins, which happened in August and September of 2023. The biggest ever giveaway obviously came from that. Susie's world record, 5 out of 5 with 14 seconds remaining. And Susie does not get beaten on time. She has not lost a match that went down to time since September
Sorry,
2022.
Nick's just licking a napkin now.
Not licking a napkin. I know my fingers have touched the burger and I need to wipe my nose.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get my fingers near my nose.
Sorry, carry on,
No,
Mitch.
that's I feel so. There's no way that I could have had 2 bites of that burger and just stood around waiting. Like that's a monster.
Told
effort.
you I'm built different.
Yeah. So then
Not well, just different.
So all this stuff that never changes,
Yes.
and if it does change, I'll do up a fresh sheet. But so the benefit of the doubt thing. But one of the things on there, Noble Dow Cup, which means 2 wins against Susie, was 12 members. Since then, we have had a 13th join, and so rather than print off a new sheet, I just on the day crossed it out in permanent marker and wrote 13 next to it.
Yeah,
And
cool.
I'll eventually get around to it. That only happened like 3 months ago. So again, I'll eventually get around to it.
I believe
Just like
you.
sending you those photos, Lockie,
Yeah.
which I'm doing now.
Yeah.
That you asked for a month ago. Anyway.
Priorities.
We had someone write through in our DMs after that the other day. Hang on, where did she write? It probably has that person's name attached to it. I could have looked that up earlier. Matt, it was his name, Lockie. Okay, Matt is now the 14th member of the Cup. You keep saying only 13 members, but at least 3 have won and not recognised. And I, as Mitch Middleton, as they call me on the show, find that a personal attack.
I think
against
that
me.
they're not realizing that it means it's the second win rather than just somebody who's won. Because maybe
Like won this-
people have won Smarter Than Susie, but it's
Well,
not necessarily the
3
second win.
Like 3's a big number for her to
Yeah.
be aware of 3 people. Like there's plenty of times that person, that writer-innerer, might have heard Ash say, "You are playing for the Noble Dow Cup.
Yeah,
you are
there's that
playing
as
for your
well.
second win." But I even keep stats on that next to their name, a note saying playing for the Noble Dow Cup and lost. So I stand by. There's only 14 people that have ever done it since we started taking records, which was about 5 years ago. Thank you very much.
You are getting good.
Thank you.
You should see that Excel spreadsheet that I have in there. It is absolute it is chaotic, the numbers in there.
I believe
Nick,
you.
I think even you'd get scared looking at that document. And not much in that format scares you, but it only makes sense to me.
So does that mean the stats that I've been keeping for Smile and Suze have been a waste of time as well? Because
I never looked at them. No, I don't. No. I think you do the key stuff that I actually rely on when I haven't. If I've been out on the street and I come back after Smarter Than Suze, I can look at what was their name, what they won by, seconds left, all that sort of stuff. But I could, at the end of the year, go, hey, Susie's number one time to win is on a Tuesday when the game kicks off at 8:13 when she takes on a male. I can give you that kind of stat. Stuff that no one ever asks for.
The stats that you have been keeping, Lachie, is those of Throwback Throwdown.
Yes.
And this week, we saw a new development because just out of nowhere, just coming into the break, everyone's sort of, maybe their tools down, they're not thinking as well. Ash Bradden, Music Man, has just been on an absolute heater, 4 in a row. Is it because we gave him credibility, or is what came first? Is it chicken and egg? The burger's coming back. Where the hell did that come from?
oh my goodness.
It just emerged like a sleeper cell at the back of.
Oh dear.
All right.
No,
Scorpion's got a sting in the tail.
have we given him credibility? Sure. Where has he come from? I think I'll be honest. I'm going to say it. Lutzie's dropped his game.
Yeah.
He hasn't been the same.
I did
for the
vote for
past month?
Lutzie's song this week, and I was surprised with how poorly it did because I thought it was a very good song.
No, but he wasn't passionate.
No.
Yeah, and a lot of good songs were left on the table, but he slipped there. He what is it? Like you said, 2 weeks in a row, he's received the same amount of votes for the same percentage. He's just hoping for that bye. He's waiting for the break.
He's waiting for some time off. His song, if you don't remember what it was,
And that's all of it. It's the shortest song in our library.
I don't know why that is the hook. The hook is not the correct hook in the system, so ignore me. Blur too. Song 2.
I mean, that enjoyed a really good period of time on just a lot of ads.
Oh, yeah.
Around the turn of the century.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I know why. It's because the hook's not on. I don't know who's been
messing with Lockie's panel, guys?
Yeah, come on.
Who knows?
Once again, not the hook.
It was just about to kick in.
Anyway, this didn't hold at all.
Yeah, well, we were giving it more airtime now than what.
No, he's
I
off,
love this song.
he's off his
Should've
game,
done
but Buzz can be caught, which I think is very exciting for all of us because
How far ahead is he? I haven't looked at the fresh stats yet.
he's less than 2 wins ahead now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's only maybe a
Ooh.
game in it.
Yeah.
And guys,
Your nose is dripping, Nick.
I mean, ironically, I just looked up and saw Paddington in Peru. I'm like, there's no crossover there.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, this podcast gets a little bit loose sometimes. I don't know, mate. The chili's gone to the brain. Something's
Yeah.
happened here. But, Buzz has won the last 2 seasons, so I'd love to see him get knocked off his perch here.
Who's close behind him? Is it Ash?
Ash
is in
Lutzie's
second.
fallen to last.
Yep. Lutzie is, if you go, because the way we do it, this is real nerdy stuff.
No, that's this
so-
is behind the scenes podcast.
If this doesn't interest you,
Fine.
maybe skip ahead 30 seconds a couple of times. But the way we do it is we give them 1 point if they win, 2 points if they come second, so on and so
It's not
forth.
like golf.
And then you want the lowest score. If the scores are level, we then go to the total number of votes, and we then sort it out, I guess, based on votes from week to week. At the moment, Buzz is ahead comfortably. Then it's Ash. Lutzie is in last, but he's actually got more votes than Suze has throughout the time.
Interesting. Well, we're setting up for a big half of the second half of the year.
Oh, they'll go into halftime. I mean, we've got one more next week,
But one more next week.
and then they'll go into halftime for the year, and we'll see what happens in the back half of the year. Do we?
Do we?
Hold on. Quick mics off.
Oh. Okay.
No, I know. Okay. Well, you're right.
The
then.
question you asked, and then
Yeah.
the very passionate one-word answer that Alicia gave,
Yeah, sure.
and then the very funny but somewhat irrelevant answer that Nick gave. I just enjoyed that as an
Yeah.
observer.
Please keep this part in.
We will. I mean, I'm not the.
Oh,
the
yeah,
head
what I'm
editors.
talking about, I'm keeping this part in.
Last time Suze was away, because Suze will be away next week, it was deemed an exhibition week. I don't. Maybe this is a conversation for, a behind the scenes conversation to have next week. Maybe not right now, but will next week's Throwback Throwdown also be an exhibition week, or will
Well, Mitch, you've played for Buzz.
I have
in the
played for
past.
Buzz.
That's
Maybe
what-
you
that's
can
what I'm
play for
saying.
Sue.
And you
Yeah.
know what? There are weeks there when we throw back to somewhere in like the late 80s, early 90s, and I'll see Suze make her selection quite passionately, and I'm like, that's a wrong move. That's going to get you a 4th placing right there. So
Yeah.
she's going for her heart, not going with the head. Going with her heart and selecting some obscure Madonna track.
Alicia, would you step in for Suze?
I'd step in.
Not a
I
bad
would
call.
love to
Not a
choose.
bad call.
I think because the last time we had an exhibition rounds because Suze wasn't here,
Yes.
and we played essentially just 3
Yeah.
players, 3 options. I think, given the scenario, we say play on.
Yes.
If
Okay.
if Suze is replaced, their votes will count for Suze.
We
Okay.
should
To be-
say what?
It becomes a coalition.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say, us in this room, like the fact that I have only ever filled in for Buzz when
Yep.
I've panelled the show. If you step up for Susie, Alicia, we've got 2 more blokes in the show with Ash and Lutz. You 2 here. Like, we could be
Need
the
a
fill-in. We
female
are the
vote.
phone a friend.
Okay.
Which of you would be Ash? Which of you would be Lutzy? And we just stick to that from now on. If one of them is away on a throwback throwdown,
Agreed.
that you
I like
have
that.
to fill in.
I want to say that, Nick, you're more like Ash in your picking of music.
I mean, the fact that you're wearing double denim at the moment, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm maybe more Lutzy in my picks.
Yeah, I've always seen you as like a bit of a lutty.
I
Yeah.
can tease on the subject of Sue's being away. We have actually had her pre-record her answers for all the Smarter Than
Oh.
Sue's.
Oh, so you will be
We
players
will
be
be-
taking on Suze next week.
They will be taking on Sue's. That will continue.
You won't be stepping in for Suze in that regard?
I won't be stepping in. No,
It would be unfair if
they'll
you
still be
write the
taking on
questions as
Suze.
well.
Suze has answered all the
Funny if she
questions
gets them wrong.
in her usual regard. We've recorded what times she had, in case it comes down to time.
And you
So
know
it's
what?
all going to be the same.
That might benefit, the fact that Ash has asked those questions first to Susie. So next time when he reads the sheet, he's reading them for the second time.
Yes.
You're giving Ash too much credit. He's immediately forgotten.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in fairness, there was one, I saw him walk out of the room yesterday to ask someone on a pronunciation. And Buzz went, what word is he
And he
confused
still got
about?
it wrong.
He walked in and I said, it's that one. I pointed to the sheet. Buzz goes, really? He's going to mispronounce that? I'm like, of course he is. And he just got the proper pronunciation from outside, walked in. It was the first question he asked, and he absolutely stuffed it up.
That
and
is
then
a
we,
tease.
we couldn't make our way through it.
There is
We were laughing too hard.
There is something, and having worked with his twin brother, there is something in that Bradnam brain that, and it's words. It's I don't know if it's some sort of dyslexia, but they cannot. Certain words just do not compute. I was once head of the 2018 World Cup, and we had an expert on from Optus Sport to preview it. And Lachie, I don't know if you remember this in sporting history. Around the 2018 World Cup, do you remember when Lucy Zelic,
Yes.
and I'm glad I got the pronunciation correct there, made an impassioned sort of speech on SBS about the importance of pronouncing names.
names correctly.
So that had just happened in the past 24 hours. And we
Yep.
go, all right, after this, and the guy's name was David Davidovic.
Yes. Oh, I know. I know. I know who it is.
And a very, very good soccer analyst.
Yes.
We've got him on. He was.
Football. Thank you very much.
Oh, there we go. So on pronunciation. Jesus Christ.
Check out the Soccer Who's
Oh,
podcast.
wow.
and more
Well, yeah,
football
yeah,
chat.
Well, we
Thank
didn't
you.
need that plug. Thank you.
Oh, I love plugging
and
your
then,
podcast, mate.
Sure enough, Luke Bradnam is
Is
bringing.
that burger back again?
Oh God, I hope not. Could not be a third time. Luke Bradham goes, well, and you would have heard it was a really great impassioned speech last night, and absolutely, I think you're absolutely right. Well, anyway, joining us on the phone now is David, looking at the word in front of him, which I'd written out phonetically, Vidodovic. And you couldn't have timed, if he meant to comically time that by deliberately getting the name wrong, it would have been perfect. But I know for a fact that I'm like, he just can't do it. And I mean, David's response was going, well, it's funny you should say that, mate. So I don't know. The Bradnam brain is a very interesting place, and I like it because it thinks very like left field, left of centre. It's an interesting place. I think we need to lean into in the back half of the year.
So we need like an inside out into the Bradnam brain.
Oh, that's a nice tie-in.
Very
I
good.
like that. That's good from you, Mitch.
Okay, well,
Just hey, almost as good as your segs this week. And for anyone listening,
Even I'm bored by that.
the word is seg, as in SEG.
Yeah, like
not-
what kids write on TikTok when they
That's
don't want to
not
write
how
sex.
you spell seg. It's like SEAGUE.
Segway is what it's short for.
Yeah, but that's how you spell.
I don't think it's
Segway
an
is
A.
You're
S.
saying
yeah,
Segway?
yeah, SEGUE is Segway. Anyway,
It's fancy seaweed.
this entire week I've been walking into Mitch when he's been doing the 5 a.m. show, and just going, yeah, good seg, Mitch. Delivered exactly like
Well,
that.
there was one
It's
yesterday.
like, wow, it's like I was really there.
One yesterday morning, and I was under the desk for some reason. And as a song's wrapping up, I'm like, oh, I didn't end up doing that. And so, the end of the song faded into Ash, Lachie, and Susie O'Neill on Nova. Do-do, do-do, going to that home song or
Yeah.
something. And so it didn't go straight into the lyrics or anything. There's no easy fade in. It was the cold cut start of the song
yeah.
Well,
out of the sweeper, and it sounded gross. There'd be a good chunk of people that would be like, that's the start of the song.
Yeah.
But, you want things to flow a little bit more if you're in the studio. And then...
Well, the idea in radio, right, is that at least it was told
Listen to him
me.
explain radio to us, Nick. Yeah,
No,
strap in.
I'm explaining it to the people who are listening right now.
It's like your kids giving you the birds and bees talk. Now, Dad.
My 11-year-old the other week says, Dad, have you ever heard of a song called Gangster's Paradise? Yes, mate. You're 11.
Don't cite the old magic to me, which it was written.
Do you get that reference, Alicia?
Yeah. No. No, I don't.
Oh,
Aslan.
yes. Anyway, no, the idea in radio is that you don't want to talk over the singing, and so you can talk over the intro. And in the same way, in these music shifts that Matty Rowe does throughout the day, that Mitch does from 5 to 6 in the morning, is that you want to keep it as tight as possible. And so you want the promo or the Ash, Lachie, and Susie O'Neill to finish just as the song is starting to, the singing is starting. In the same way that Buzz will talk over the intro and hit what we call the post, you want the same thing. And so part of Mitch's job, part of Matty's job is to do what we call segueing, and that is to make sure the end of the song flows really well into the start of the next song. And that is just one of the small things that I guess enhances your radio listening experience. I think if you were to hear a song finish cold and then another song start cold, you'd probably... I imagine you would notice it.
Yeah. I mean, even I have a crossfade on my Spotify.
Yeah.
I mean Nova Player.
Yeah. But this entire week, I have been kind of taking the piss with Mitch. And so I'd like to...
And you know how much I hate any kind of compliment and how
Yeah.
itchy that sort of shit makes me. So the
Well-
idea that you would come in and you've never mentioned it before, we go, oh, cool seg. I'm like, oh, so it was that bad you had to mention it.
That was for Lachie, not for you.
when I come back from a Mitch on the street and it's like, hey, good cross today, and I'm like, you don't say that every day. The fact that you're saying it means it was
What do you-
worse.
what do you
than
want?
It's worse than the days that you don't say anything.
Well, yeah, now it's a bit of a psychological game that we can play for the rest of...
Oh, there's no game
Next
mate.
week?
I just know it's all negative. Like
Oh,
that's,
okay.
That's what I wanted on this podcast: psychological warfare.
And that's what you're getting. Anyway, we should probably wrap this up because Alicia's bored. She's on her phone.
Nick's just itching to finish the rest of that burger.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just open it up and lick the sauce off. Just
do
like
it. Come
just
on,
the rest
please.
of it.
Oh,
I don't. Absolutely don't do it. I'm
Please.
not going to be here.
my people-pleasing tendencies have got me into a lot of trouble in my life.
Nick,
And I need to be strong. Oh, no.
Do it
no,
for me.
Do it for you.
do it for me.
No,
No.
means no, Lachie.
No, I'm going to stand up
His
to bullies.
body. Okay.
My body, my choice.
Oh, okay, well...
And with that, we'll see you next week.
Next week.
And then a hero comes along.
Don't do it.
Come on, Nick.
No, that was my own internal monologue.
Oh, what was this?